Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and today we are doing something different because it is time for the greatest touring car driver ever super tournament. I have picked 16 of the top touring car drivers and put them head to head to find out who is the best of the bunch, and you are going to decide. So how is this going to work? Well, the drivers will do battle one-on-one in a knockout style tournament. I will present a case for both and you will leave a comment telling me which one should go on to the next round and which should be confined to the scrap heap of history. At the start of the next round I'll announce the winners and we get to the quarterfinals and so on. Don't worry if your favourite driver doesn't make an appearance. Just leave their names in the comments and I'll do another tournament in the future. Trust me, there are some big names missing. Roberto Ravaglia, Frank Biela and Jamie Whincup, along with many other great drivers out there, will get their time. But for now, I have done a live draw. So let's go to the studio and see how that goes down. Presumably, I've explained the rules of this tournament and how it's going to work by now. So this is the draw for the first round. I did have a special guest lined up, but unfortunately Lewis Hamilton is getting a haircut and can't be here, so I have replaced him with my brother. So just to confirm, you have no interest in motorsport?
Not really.
And you don't know who any of these people are?
I played Toka before.
Okay. Well,
no, I don't know who anyone is. I don't know. I know who Lewis Hamilton is. Yeah, that's it.
Name another Formula 1 driver.
Schumacher.
It's technically right.
Both of them.
There's more than two.
All of them.
So you are impartial.
I also can't pronounce
That's
foreign names.
Good. That's exactly why I chose you. Now, if you'd like to pick from this hat.
Joachim Winkelhock. Paul Radisic. Yawn. Is it Yevin Muller?
Ivan Muller.
Ivan. Laurent. Hey, hello. Hello, you.
That's Laurent Aiello.
Why can't he just be called Lauren? Why has he got a T on the end?
He's French. I don't know.
Oh, god damn people and their names.
So that nonsense out of the way, let's get on to the first battle. Colin Turkington versus Bernd Schneider. Let's start with Northern Irishman Colin Turkington, a driver who has spent the majority of his racing life in the British Touring Car Championship. He shares the most successful British touring car driver ever mantle with Andy Rouse with 4 championships and 60 wins, and he's managed it in just 17 championships. After a slow start to his career in 2002 with the Atomic Kitten MG team, Turkington moved to the main West Surrey Racing team and took his first win in 2003. The first 2 seasons are the only ones where Turkington finished outside the top 6 in the final standings, so he's very successful and very consistent. After a single season at Vauxhall, he returned to the warm, comforting embrace of West Surrey Racing, who you could consider something of a security blanket for Turkington. In 2007 they switched to BMW and Colin Turkington started to win races more frequently, taking his first championship in 2009. He'd leave the series for a few years before returning with West Surrey Racing in 2013 and winning his second championship in 2014. After a season in a Volkswagen and a season in a Subaru, both seasons taking wins and finishing 4th overall, he'd return to WSR and Team BMW. Colin Turkington set about his greatest run of success, so far taking 19 wins and 2 championships, as well as finishing runner-up 3 times. And let's be honest, he's not finished yet. These numbers are only going to get bigger, and by the time he retires, and he isn't quite 40 yet, he could be the most successful British touring car driver ever. It's a shame he hasn't done a lot outside of BTCC, apart from being a Ford Fiesta Cup of Great Britain champion, an achievement on par with making toast. He has taken a win in the World Touring Cars and spent a half-decent year in the Scandinavian Touring Car Championship, but if you are going to vote for Turkington, you will be voting on his success in the BTCC. Bernd Schneider is a German former Formula 1 driver, although his career in Formula 1 is the stuff of nightmares. 2 disastrous years with Zakspeed and a couple of races with Arrows. Much like Colin Turkington, you are going to judge Bernd Schneider on just one series, and that is the DTM. Both of them. Bernd Schneider first raced in the German Touring Car Series all the way back in 1987 in a Ford Sierra, but his career in DTM didn't take off until 1992 with the Works Mercedes team. He'd take his first 4 wins in the series and finish 3rd in the championship. He'd matched that success in 1993 before a mediocre year in 1994, but still saw 2 wins but only a 10th in the championship. 1995 saw big changes to the series, simultaneously running the DTM and International Touring Car Championship. Bernd Schneider won both championships, taking 5 wins in the DTM and 6 wins in the International Series. In 1996 there was no DTM, only the International Series, and Schneider would barely lose out to Manuel Reuter in the championship. With the International Touring Car Championship dying and DTM starting again still a few years in the future, Schneider turned to sports cars and won the 1997 FIA GT Championship. Not that that matters here. DTM came back in 2000, as did Bernd Schneider, again with Mercedes. Schneider took the first 2 championships and just kept winning races. After finishing 2nd in 2002, he'd win the title again in 2003 and a 4th in 2006. After a couple more years and a few more wins, Bernd Schneider called time on his full-time career, and with 5 DTM championships and an International Touring Car Championship to his name, the fact is he is the most successful DTM driver of all time, which might be enough to vote for the man. So, who is better, Colin Turkington of the BTCC or Bernd Schneider of the DTM? Let me know in the comments below. All the votes will be counted before the next round starts. The next battle in the greatest touring car driver ever tournament and every battle after will be released on a Friday, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the action. Leave your thoughts on drivers who should be in the tournament, although remember, they might show up in the coming weeks or in another tournament down the road. Leave a like, tell your friends, thank you for watching, and have a good one.